Hello, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
This is the Trekle Trunk Halloween special.
Woo!
I am your host, Davan. I have no Dave tonight, so I am AKA one half of Plain Simple Tailors. But with me, instead of anyone named Dave, is Jessica Chan and Michael Chan, AKA the Chans. And tonight, we will be reviewing, hastily I might add, because I've been delaying things tonight, but Star Trek Halloween numbers 1 to 4, written by Christopher. Oh my! I don't want to say that wrong. You who wants to take a stab at that? Christopher Sequeira. Art by Joe Eisma. Sorry, Christopher. I'm going to ask you how to do that.
Okay, I tried to Google it, and I just got a oncologist from Florida. Author.
Same guy. I don't know.
I don't think so.
A comic book writer and oncologist.
Okay, there we go.
So before we do a very quick rundown of the story here, any opening thoughts on this story, you guys?
I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I liked the art. The art was beautiful. It was really, really well done.
Nice cover.
Everyone looked so spot on. I haven't actually read a Star Trek comic before, so
it's a fun one. It fits in nice with other holodeck episodes. I think I prefer this story over Peter or Robin Hood when they're in the Robin Hood holodeck episode. But because this is they're playing off Universal monsters.
Okay, there we go.
And that's really cool.
Cicada.
Okay.
YouTube.
Written by Christopher Cicada.
As the opening of the comic book happened, I was like, it's amazing to me that people use the holodeck because
I know.
Everything goes wrong all the time.
And then my brain shifted to, if this really went wrong as often, they would have a lot more porn episodes wrong in reality.
Yeah, why does the glitch never happen when the porn's happening, right?
Yeah, because I'm
which is 90% of the time. If you listen to Quark, he's that's mostly what it's for.
With this 4-issue series, I'm I've gone through your databases. I'm dude, you would be so horny right now. And
they clear their holodeck history when they're done.
That probably is legit. Delete all files from the last hour of the holodeck.
And it wouldn't be monsters; it would just be fear of rejection and fear of underperforming.
I like the lower deck was the only one that nodded to that in a recent episode where they're like, "Oh man, we got cleaning the holodeck duty." Ugh.
Yeah.
All right. They're just blasting the scum away from the. Yeah.
But no, I think it was interesting because when you told me about this series and I looked up, I'm like, ooh, okay, that makes sense. It's Paramount, CBS / Universal, and we have all the Universal monsters.
Right. I didn't think of
coming in here. So I was like, okay, how is a writer going to jam all of this into Star Trek without making it an actual they go to a different universe? And the idea of it and the execution of it is something I appreciated. I actually really liked.
It was clever.
It's very.
You see the covers in your stuff, and you're like, how are they going to get Data into Frankenstein's monster and
exactly.
But
of course he's
aware of that here. So they come upon an entity. Oh, go ahead, Jessica.
Oh, I was just gonna say I liked that the reasoning for the time period of the monsters was explained too, because so often in these shows, by necessity, that they reference our history, our recent 100 years before, which doesn't really make any sense considering it's 400 years in the future. So I like that they were like, oh well, he's from this time period, so to choose. Yeah. Anyway.
Exactly. So we're talking about Red Jack, who we know from TOS, who was Jack the Ripper on
Yep.
Earth in the Whitechapel district back in 1888, and also was on TOS, and also in a TNG comic I have too. I don't know
Yeah, I think you mentioned that. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's called Embrace the Wolf.
Nice. Which is they do reference, right?
Which Data does reference it. They're like, "Oh, we've met before, and I've defeated you before." But Red Jacket gets a bit of an upper hand on them. Look at him; he's feeding off the fear, and what he's done is he's taken 7 hostages in the holodeck. So they have to figure out a way to go in and rescue these 7 hostages. And they try shooting it and stuff. So this guy goes in. What is his name again? Like Bosch or something. He ends up becoming Red Jack. Red Jack ends up possessing him, and then kind of being this.
Who is the name of the writer of the original TOS episode?
Yeah, we just watched it.
Was it really?
Yeah,
we rewatched it just so that we have remember the context, and we're like, whoa, that's the name.
Okay, awesome. So
it's a good tribute.
So Block takes control of, Red Jack takes control of Block.
He's a blockhead.
He's a blockhead.
Yeah, he was.
And this is, I would say, primarily a Deanna story.
Yep, it makes sense.
She's kind of the narrator, and she's the one dealing with the fear of everyone on board. So that's what Red Jack's trying to do. He's trying to strike as much fear into as much of the crew as possible, because that's more power for him. He feeds off fear, much like Hermes. Wink, wink. So, that's hard for her because she feels all this stuff, and that's very overwhelming. And she even says that, she makes comments where this is the hardest thing she's ever gone through on the Enterprise and all kinds of things. So they do have a plan, however. Well, first Data goes in, of course, because Data's like, sometimes it's better if I just do things myself so nobody can get hurt. And, he goes in there to face Red Jack on the streets of London or something like it. And at one point, Data just sort of swats him away. But, it takes more than that. So then Red Jack manages to get Borg nanoprobes and inject himself. Of course he does. So,
they always come into play.
He says they were in secure storage, but
of course they were.
He not secure enough. So then he's getting all nanoproby. So, now they have a Borg Red Jack, and he decapitates Data. Very cool image there.
Oh no, that was a cool shot. I was like, what?
Yeah,
what?
Right.
It's very kind of looks very anime actually. Looks like something out of an anime.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's really drawn kind of slender like that as well. Like they kind of do. So then he manages to turn Data into the Frankenstein's monster. That was Red Jack's doing. Because he wants his muscle. He's got some hired muscle now. And of course that spreads more fear, because if Red Jack can defeat Data, then all the crew starts to admit that they're feeling quite a bit of fear. And it appears as if they're leaving the holodeck.
Yeah.
So with the captured crew in tow. So that's the end of issue 1. Now, issue 2, we pick up and there's a firefight.
Yeah.
It was a firefight. But to no avail. This is a stronger entity than that. But luckily they put up a force field right before Data crushes them all. So that's good.
Yeah, that section of it lost me a bit with the technical, how are they appearing outside the holodeck and no weapons?
Yeah.
I wasn't quite following what allowed him to do that. I didn't quite catch all of that. But
I believe what they say is that they didn't leave the holodeck, and he's just making it appear as though they did. So if you can make, I think that's what he says.
So they're still partially in it.
But
they're still in the holodeck.
Yeah, and also over time he captures more people, right? But how he does it is when they go try to investigate the holodeck, he makes it seem like they go back out, but they're not out.
Yeah, but they're not out.
He extended. Oh, okay.
He extended the image.
He made the corridor look longer. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they develop a plan that is it Beverly? Yeah, I think it's Beverly figures out that there's this device from the I forget what planet she says it's from, but it allows you to it's like an entertainment device, but it allows you to live the life of somebody else.
Yeah,
Deneb
Deneb 2 or 3?
I think it's 3.
Deneb 3 and
Yeah,
2 or
yeah, Deneb 3. Yeah. Which we've never heard of. We've heard of Deneb 4, Deneb 2. All the other Denebs have been in Star Trek, but Deneb 3 is a new one.
Maybe it's in the comics.
It's supposed to be lifeless. It is in the comics in this one, and it's supposed to be lifeless. But they have entertainment devices. So maybe there's an outpost on there or a colony. Who knows, right? In a dome. Who knows?
So more sexy stuff? No.
Yeah, dome sexy stuff.
I'm telling you, this should have been a sexy Halloween. Maybe next year, guys.
I don't know that Troy is.
Troy's looking pretty good.
I mean,
she was amazing.
I like that.
Well, I was going to ask you guys of these 4 looks, which one was your favorite?
Troy.
Oh, definitely Troy.
Troy followed by Worf.
Worf, I think Worf, the comic cover
from the Black Lagoon.
That was really good.
The comic cover was amazing, and there's a really cool comic cover. I only have these variants, so I don't have the more realistic Universal Monsters variants. I probably would have grabbed those if they had been available. I
have the digital copy that I finished reading today for this podcast.
Did you see the Riker cover where he's turning into the werewolf?
Yeah, the 3 stages.
Yeah.
Like the 3 wolf Riker.
Yeah, that was awesome.
3.
Yeah. So their plan is, because of this device that allows you to sort of think you're somebody else for a certain amount of time, if the crew, Riker, Worf, Picard, and Troy, think they're already a monster, then they won't feel fear from the monsters in the holodeck. Yeah. So that's kind of funny. I mean, Picard is Hyde, and we got Worf as Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Riker is the Wolfman, and the Mummy Troy. It's all very cool. They show down, and their dialogue is cool because they think they're these characters. It's kind of quite interesting. Yeah, and I like Worf's Trileth.
Trileth.
3 points to Trileth. Yeah, so that's pretty fun.
Is the water
mostly a fight?
Water King the I guess amphibious Klingons? Is that established lore?
Well, no, he's just a creature from the Black Lagoon, isn't he?
I know what he is, but
he said it was from their own Halloween thing.
Oh yeah, he has. They're called like the Krylar or something. Yeah, he's like, we have something similar to Halloween.
Water Klingon? Because if there are actually water Klingon, I want to see them bring those to the live action.
See, I didn't get that impression. I got the impression he's just the creature from Earth mythology, but he just had mentioned the Klingon stuff because he always does.
Also he wasn't obviously not called the creature from the Black Lagoon.
No, he wasn't.
He was
he did keep saying Klingon things, though. You're right.
Yeah, and he had a name too, and he said he was the king of the ocean realms and stuff. Yeah, so I was like, wait, is this established lore? Is this in show or is this in comics or books? And if it is, if it's real, like this is part of Klingon lore, I definitely want to see amphibious Klingon on TV. Yeah. I really do, because that is so cool.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards your theory on that now. I think, I think you're right. So interesting. Though they in the image of this cover that he's the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, I think he said because they were talking about Halloween customs throughout different cultures, and he said theirs one was like pretending to fight back these sea creatures or something, and that was what he was supposed to be. But
and during this whole thing, they only have like 26 minutes before like the away team's brains will like implode.
Well, yeah, it started. So they have half an hour, but by the time they got in, they only had 25 minutes left, and they were doing kind of a 24-esque, like the TV show 24-esque countdown for us. And it was great. Like I love the countdown. I felt like the use of the little countdown on the corner of the panels as it went really kind of gave a sense of urgency for us as a reader,
Mm-hmm.
so that we understood how little time there was left. Although in issue 2, I remember thinking, wait, they're already in there. They're already doing all this stuff. Like, it almost felt like this would, because I knew it was 4 issues, right?
Yeah.
Had I not known, I would have thought that, like, not like obviously before I got to the end, but like, I mean, sorry, yeah, before I got to the end, I would have thought that this would be it. It's a 2-issue thing. Because this solution sounds pretty cool.
Well, yeah, at the start, this is the very first page of issue 3 here, and they're already down to 9 minutes left. And there's like still the 2 issues to go. But they do reset the clock here.
Right. Yes. I'm just saying, like, the coming up with the solution and going in and fighting him and all of that stuff made me feel like it would have ended prior to issue 2 ending, thinking it would have ended there and then in issue 2. And then it was like, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, how are they going to stretch this out to 4?
I was thinking that after issue 3, I'm like, what's going to be in this next issue? Because they like basically solved the holodeck issue.
Once it got to 3, I'm like, oh, okay, so now what?
yeah. So they managed to snap Troy out of it. Like they had to take a chance on somebody, basically. And they're like, Troy might be able to handle it because she's a Betazoid,
but she's also like sending them essentially Morse code style messages telepathically, right? So it was basically her brain, because of her her species, she's able to, and her willpower, she's able to like break through the psych whatever tech and then tell them like, bring me out. And so they do,
So Beverly sends like a Starfleet-wide alert, but a little shuttle nearby manages to pick up the alert, which will become very important.
Yes.
And the fight resumes in the holodeck, but then we have who's in the shuttle. Geordi goes running in because there's not supposed to be anyone in the transporter room, and it's Montgomery Scott, a man who has faced Red Jack before, nay, been possessed by Red Jack before.
And I will say this, I was like, oh, come on, how convenient is this? But also very cool.
He was very needed for this solution. So I see why they did it. Very convenient. Very, very convenient.
Like,
and if it wasn't for like
they didn't have Troy and didn't have him, and this was like a different ship, they probably like Starfleet would be screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. Because they were just, Red Jack's plan is to just like take everyone on this ship, make them like slaves of his, like fear slaves, and then just go around the galaxy scooping up more after he's worn these ones out. Like that's his plan.
Yep.
Thank you for human batteries. I was like, someone's a Matrix.
Yeah, it's a Matrix. It's the Matrix, really.
Matrix. So Scotty's not too happy, but he's like, I can help you with Red Jack. Because I fought him before, and he made me Jack the Ripper, and it wasn't very nice. So then they go back in. So this is where they reset the clock. They managed to escape. So now they have T minus 25 minutes yet again, and they're going back in to face Red Jack. It's pretty cool scenery, like and they have these pillars at the top of the graveyard that will become pretty important.
The ghosts were supposed to be the crew he hasn't had yet. Like one of them is Beverly, and one of them is Guinan, right?
Yeah, and Geordi, and one of them's Reg.
No.
I don't know who this one is. This one is here. I'm not sure who that one in the back is there, but no, maybe Nurse Ogawa.
Actually, Reg was actually important. He actually
we are
thinking we're past the point where we've got there yet where Reg actually is helpful.
Yeah, well, he's been kind of like fluffing around, telling Deanna how scared he is and stuff. But
but I forget where we are now. He helps at some point with the away mission.
He does. I don't think we've necessarily gotten there yet. Okay. So more fighting in the holodeck. There's a lot of fighting, which it's fine. It's fun watching them fight as monsters. And Red Jack kind of has 2 like knife hands and stuff. So Deanna has to pretend to be the mummy, even though she's lucid. just to kind of get the other three to kind of go with her. And then they take him down, or they think, for a minute anyway, and they all get their minds back. So the away team's back to normal, and he starts to sing a song. Red Jack. He's like, "I'm not a butcher. I'm not a kid, nor yet a foreign skipper, but I'm your own light-hearted friend, yours truly, Jack the Ripper." And he's like, he's having a good time. He's finding this all quite fun. But so then it's back to Geordie and Beverly and Montgomery Scott, and they're trying to figure out the problem. But just as they do, he creates an Armis hologram. Because in the database, he found this other creature that they're all very afraid of, but also feeds off fear like himself. So he almost felt like Armis was a kindred spirit. And he's not a hologram necessarily. He can leave the holodeck because he creates him out of this kind of a nanite and a part of his own like flesh and like this. He kind of puts together this contraption so that Armis is actually a real threat. And we move on to issue 4. This is where they leave the holodeck. So they're able to leave the holodeck at this point. Red Jack and Armis. They're still fighting on the holodeck, actually.
Yeah.
But then they leave because they run from Armis, basically. Armis was getting the upper hand on. They all book it. But and they're planning on kind of approaching this in another way, maybe a more Kirk style fashion. So basically, hours, if not days, go past, and it's just like Red Jack and Armis popping up in random places and trying to attack the crew and
Like
trying to
whack-a-mole.
terrorize the crew. You know, they say it's 24 hours. It's like the full length of Halloween. Yeah. So that is kind of terrifying, though.
Peekaboo.
Yeah, peekaboo, I'm gonna try to kill you. Okay, bye. Try again. Like, yeah. So very unnerving.
It's pretty scary to have like black sludge just coming out of cracks and stuff, and you're having to fight it off, and you can't sleep because you're worried that the red sludge is gonna come. I mean, the black sludge is gonna come get you.
Well, they said that, I think, at this point. They said that the crew's getting tired, like their anxiety levels to the point where they're going to need to start sedating people because they can't keep this up forever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, here's Reg. Reg comes in now, and what is he? Oh no, that's still him just complaining about being scared. Okay,
I think we already passed the part where he helped.
Okay.
He was the one who realized that Deanna was could come out of the trance.
Oh,
yeah,
because he recognized the hostage signal.
Yeah.
Because he took her. Apparently, Deanna does hostage crisis negotiation classes.
Yeah, she does classes, and Reg has taken it 3 times.
All of them. Yeah. Yeah, Reg is funny. So Picard tries the old classic trick, try to win the day by threatening to self-destruct. Usually doesn't work in Star Trek. Sometimes it does. Doesn't work on Red Jack. He's just like, go for it. He's smiling the whole time. He's like, this is great. He's like, this is what you're wasting my time on. You're not going to do it. Like, this is stupid. He just mocks him the whole time. Picard walks away so frustrated. He's like, God damn it. Like, they didn't even have him squirming. So that was kind of funny. And so then they realize, they say they're just going to abandon ship. It's like, if you have no one to feed on, except for the 7 captives. Though, while Red Jack and Armis are running around the ship, Data snuck back into the holodeck. And he finds the missing crew in those pillars up on the hill in the cemetery. So he frees them. So that's that ace in the hole of Red Jack's gone.
I think
so now they could
save the crew. We're going to leave and leave the 7. I think that was a ploy. I think that's kind of
to get him to the bridge.
He actually believes that they might do that.
Yeah, so he's going to the bridge to stop them because he doesn't like that idea. And they try shooting the crap out of him and Armis, and doesn't really work. And Picard calls him a parasite and says that they'll keep fighting him, and if they have to pour salt on him because he's a damned leech. Picard's not happy in this. But then Troy walks in with this little device. He's like, what, a bigger phaser? Just kind of teases her. But it's like, no. So they need a map of what is Red Jack, essentially. They need a map of his, what do they say? It's like his psychic, map his, anyway, his brain, basically. A subatomic diagram. That's it. And they need a subatomic diagram, which they do have because it was imprinted on Scotty when he was taken over by Red Jack.
Yep.
So once they tell Red Jack like this, Red Jack's like, "Oh crap, you do have me." He's like, "But I still have time to kill you all," and he tries to like slash them all, and it doesn't work. Deanna just shoots him with the device. At which point it removes Red Jack from block, and they surmise that maybe it'll take 100 years or so for Red Jack to coalesce back into Red Jack.
That's someone else's problem.
They're all completely fine with it. They're like, that's great.
For another Halloween issue, right? Or series, right?
Exactly. They have to keep. Yeah.
Star Trek Discovery. Red Jack returns.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
The wolf is on Discovery. The wolf in the 28th century.
Yeah.
No, seriously. If season 5 is Red Jack,
and now, what's his name? Could be the creature from the Black Lagoon.
That would be funny.
What's his name?
Oh, Saru.
Saru could be the creature from the Black Lagoon this time.
Here's some people thought Jack was Red Jack
Hmm?
from Picard. Some people thought Jack was Red Jack because he kept saying
What? Oh, who?
Jack.
Oh, that was one of the theories of.
Because his eyes glowing red.
Glowing red.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been.
It would have
been a funny trick.
And he still could bring the Borg in with the nanites, like this comic.
Worf. Here we go. Worf's thing is Cryer. That's the Klingon Halloween.
I think it's Micron Day. Micron Day.
Micron Day. Oh yes, he's like the Cryer maneuver for dispatching livestock is taught to Klingon children from age 6 at Nimorka festivals. He says. And she's like, then Deanna's like, is there like a Klingon equivalent to Christmas? He's like, well, yes, there is. The Fest of the Garvest Serpent. Gift ritual is similar, except that the children have to catch the beasts for the ceremonial feast at day's end. I can get you an invitation to such an event. And she's just like, nah.
I love that this kind of totally is that whole thing. I don't know if it's like the joke that like Klingon, all of our like Earth literature and stuff was actually originally in Klingon.
Yeah.
Keeping up that all of our Earth traditions are actually Klingon stuff. So yeah.
That's a big thing in Star Trek. Like Chekhov thinks everything was invented in Russia, and Scotty thinks everything Scottish is the best. And yeah.
It's Hamlet, I think that was the original joke, right? Oh, you haven't read Hamlet until you've read it in the original Klingon.
Haven't read Hamlet until you've seen The Lion King.
Yeah.
With long podcast. Hello, they say. Don Ranger Power says hello, Davan, Jessica, and Michael.
Ooh,
yes, hope it's a good final week of the month as well. I move in 9 days. Fun. All right. Well, that was the issue. One thing we ask on Trekle Trunk here is, does this story go into your guys' head canon?
I mean, I don't think it really conflicts with anything. So,
yeah, it doesn't tarnish anything.
It doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't really. It fits in. Yeah. I just wonder about because like the amount of like psychological toll on Block for one, who never comes back anyways, and is not non-live action. So I guess it's okay, and he might just transfer out anyway.
Well, that's what he gets for not listening to Dr. Krish.
But
she warned him, but he didn't listen.
But I was going to say,
there's some right
toll on Deanna.
True, very big toll.
Depends on when this slots in, because like at what point in history was this the most like just devastating thing to her psychology?
Well, and it's before DS9, so
that's what I'm saying. I'm like. This is the only question I really have. It's more about the impact on her.
Was the solar storm thing, was that a reference to anything? Like I was trying to figure out if it fit, if that was referencing an actual episode. because she
I
was
think
saying
the
her
solar.
first one.
I think the Solar Storm thing was referencing the past Red Jack story against the TNG crew in the comic there.
No, it was just like at the beginning they said, oh, like the anxiety of the crew is already heightened because they've just gone through the solar storm. I was like, is that?
Oh,
that wasn't referencing anything, right? That was just saying what was just
that
immediately preceded this.
But they did give us star dates, so
yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out where it fit.
It very, very bigger nerds than us can figure out.
Dave Puxley would tell us.
I'd have to be after the episode that defined cryogenically frozen Scotty.
Dave?
that
Are you up?
At a certain point, right?
He's not up. It's after midnight here.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I liked it. I think
it to me it just ended too abruptly. It just kind of was like over.
like, yeah, I felt like okay. So once I got past the whole like, oh, there's more. What are they going to do? The rest of it was just breakneck speed, and then it just went. It's done.
I kind of wanted more. I wanted more Star Trek. I wanted like more TNG Halloween festivities. Is what I wanted.
Yeah, I wanted
them.
Halloween on the ship.
I will say, I like. Okay, overall, I loved it. Like the whole thing, overall, I loved it. I love the art. I love the story. I love almost everything. One complaint I have, like a real complaint, is that I felt the dialogue was off. There are certain characters that were good.
Deanna was quite good. Yeah.
The only thing I had was like also like certain times like Crusher was talking, but I was like, was this supposed to be Troy? Because she was like talking about emotions and how the crew feels and like emotional stuff, and I was like, isn't that Troy's job? Why are you talking about this, Crusher? Like
she would understand that too. It's not just that. I just felt like there was Davan is gone.
Uh-oh.
No!
He left us alone.
We're the host now. Look at me. I'm the captain now. What?
What do we do now?
I don't know what we do.
Do we end it?
I guess no. We can tell people what we thought. Yeah. So like unless he wants to hear it if he comes back. But no, it's just I felt like the way the dialogue itself was written, like there are characters that were good, like Reg was good. Like it felt like him, and Scott, Scotty was it felt like Scotty. But I just found that for the most part, most of the characters, when I tried to, because TNG's my favorite and it's what I grew up with, and all of them is ingrained in my head. I felt like when I tried to put their voices into these characters, it didn't work. I don't know if it's a speech pattern or maybe it's because this is written word, like it's a comic book and not a live action. There's something that just didn't feel right about the dialogue. However, it is not distracting enough and didn't take away, like, for me to dislike just everything else, and did not overwhelm anything. Like I would honestly probably read this once every 1 or 2 years. That's like a Halloween thing.
Yeah, I just felt I didn't have the same issue. I guess I just had it in a way that I felt sometimes the dialogue felt like, I don't know, maybe they edited some stuff out. So like I think it like sometimes felt like it was going too quick for me, but maybe that was the speed I was reading it at.
Yeah,
sometimes I was like, what just happened? Like, yeah, that whole thing with the holodeck thing, I didn't quite catch what they were trying to tell me about the sciencey mumbo jumbo part. So, but otherwise, I thought it was fun. Yeah, I just wanted more. I wanted more of the Halloween thing. All the kids trick or treating on the. I wish that was a little bit longer. That section. I think that would have been kind of fun to look at. But,
also, there was one panel where all of a sudden Worf had a shirt on. He's shirtless. As the creature, he's shirtless, right? Except for a patch of fur that goes across.
I did not catch that.
Yeah, and then at the near the end, I think was it issue 2? All of a sudden, he had like a black shirt on, and then the next time we see him again, he has his shirt off again. I'm like, wait, what just happened there? I did notice, like with the art, it's fantastic art.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for keep going. My internet.
Just keep going. Yeah, like with the art, I just appreciated that. I noticed they didn't have to go into fine, extreme detail all the time. Like there are times, for example, if you look at the comm badges, it's literally just line, a bit of color, and that's fine. Like I'm okay with that. Instead of every single detail having to like look 3D.
I thought it was pretty. Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually I found that my little, because I have the little mini iPad. Me reading on that, I had to like zoom in a lot.
Aha! I told you would have to because I was on my phone. I had to zoom in too.
Well, I couldn't,
If you double tap it,
probably good to have. Yeah, the paper version would probably have been a little bit more readable. I think, like on the tablet, it was a little hard to get all the.
It's hard to read comics on tablets.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
I do agree with your comment earlier, Jessica. I think it was you, Jessica, about the voices not being quite right.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were saying when you were there. It was that it wasn't nobody quite felt quite like their character.
And I would probably scrutinize that harder if it wasn't kind of just a silly Halloween holodeck.
Yeah.
The series we're also covering on Trekle Trunk right now, Countdown to the Day of Blood, the Star Trek and the Defiant series, the voices are just impeccable. It's like you hear them in your head. Like they have the characters so down because they're more serious. It's like they're already writing Picard as Mr. Hyde anyway, so they're kind of just going silly with it, I guess. But yeah, I agree with that.
I think this was very there wasn't besides Troy, there wasn't a lot. Like everybody else was mostly just doing their job, so there wasn't a lot of character work or personality. It was mostly just techno babble for most of it.
Yeah, so. A little bit of Reg and Data, maybe.
Reg was good.
Scott was the best though.
Scotty was good.
Classic Scottyisms thrown in.
I kind of like that because having just watched the one this was based on, I was like, thank God they went with this kind of, I don't know, they went with this element. That episode was like, wow, pure sexism in a bottle.
Oh dear Lord, yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah, Wolf and the
POS is kind of pure sexism in a bottle.
We've watched more stuff with doing all of our podcasts we've watched, but this one was particularly bad.
This is of all the episodes.
This creature feasts on fear, so of course he goes after women. They're a naturally fearful gender. Like, oh my God.
I was like,
Jessica's terrified right now.
No, and the whole the fact that they the madman estimate of Kirk being like, I know a place where the women are so, and then he won't even say it, and I'm like, what the heck were you gonna say, Kirk?
What was he gonna say?
What? The women are so what? You're already a brothel. You wanted a brothel that was more brothely than this brothel. What the heck are you into, Kirk? My God!
I think this entire planet is just one giant brothel. So.
Just wow.
What, Earth? No.
I would like to say that it was great that Wolf in the Fold had a Filipino the wife. I understand she's mystical Asian, okay? But come on, a Filipino with a North American accent in Star Trek. That because we we had Sulu, but we didn't have a lot of Asians. We've never really had a lot of Asians. So
what are you talking about? Spock is Asian.
Oh right, yeah, rice farming.
Rice farming actually.
You know what I'm talking about? It's we're not until disco. We weren't really in abundance. So and then here in TOS, a Filipino. I was blown away. I was like, yeah.
I was actually surprised with all the jokiness of it and all of the it kind of almost seemed like a criminal court thing of when Scotty did or did not. But when they actually did the reveal of Red Jack in the original, that was actually pretty close to as horror as I've seen Star Trek get. Him inhabiting the computer and him saying Red Jack, Red Jack, Red Jack was actually
Red Jack.
It was great.
So I felt like this was a really good. I don't know. They kind of took that and ran with it. I really liked the way
it was smart to pick up on him as the main villain in this story. I think that worked well.
Oh, that really worked.
I would be curious to read the previous one and be more interested. That's more of it. I feel like that might have gone more cat and mouse considering Data's Sherlock in that one. So I feel like maybe this one was more true horror, but I'd be interested to read it.
I don't know if they do this every year, but I really want them to do it. I want this to become a yearly thing.
Yeah, that
yearly Halloween special. Me too.
Yeah,
I want that one.
I want Phantom of the Opera with Picard.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen, by the way. I am so disappointed.
That cover angered me as well.
I know. I was like, where does that happen?
But no, this is next year. This has
Yeah.
It has to be next year, guys.
Yeah, you promised it with a cover.
Yeah, with a cover.
Deliver.
And I am a Star Trek cast member demanding this.
Maybe that could be the birth of Jack.
They do look great. Like,
oh my god, yes, that could be how Jack was conceived.
Oh shit, that's a great idea.
Oopsies. You know.
That is a great idea.
Nighttime.
You guys should just write it and send it.
Identity sensation. Oh, Jean-Luc.
Maybe bring on.
Sing for me.
Oh.
No, this is those two. It's tap dance for me. Tap dance. Anyway.
And this episode is
that's going in my headcanon.
That is headcanon.
That's headcanon to me.
That's how they had a baby.
Yeah, that's also headcanon for me. Jack was conceived on
the Opera, conceived baby.
Hollow novel.
Jack was conceived on top of a piano. So we know
Wait, not on a little rickety boat?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
If you want to find me on the internet, I am on Instagram, Twitter /X. I don't know which one to use. And also TikTok as @MichaelCWChan. I also have a website. It's michaelchan.ca.
Well, do check out all those things, everybody. And as we say over here in the Locutors Division, end transmission.